The Silent Desert Chronicle, Secrets Beneath the Eternal Sands, where forgotten winds begin to whisper. Some stories start with explosions, armies, or heroic clashes, but this one begins with a quiet gust of desert wind, soft, slow, almost sleepy. It carries with it the fragrance of centuries, drifting above the Mediterranean Sea and brushing against the old stones of Alexandria. It is in this ancient port, filled with noise and human ambition, that our tale unfolds anew. A young English apprentice, Rowan Hale, arrives with more curiosity than confidence. His old master, a historian nearing the end of his career, sends him across the sea with a puzzling task: find the dreamer the world forgot. Rowan does not understand the meaning, but he is determined to uncover it. A city full of noise and a story too quiet for it. Alexandria greets Rowan loudly, fishmongers shouting prices, merchants calling out spices, sailors hauling ropes. Yet underneath this chaos lies a quieter history, one that refuses to shout over the present. Rowan senses it instantly. A spice seller becomes the first to mention the sleeping king, a figure preserved in the desert, a pharaoh who never died but simply remained. Alive? Dead? No one knew. The legend had traveled far, distorted by time like a message whispered through generations. But Rowan doesn't want myth. He seeks the truth behind it. Across the dunes where footprints fade. Leaving the noisy port behind, Rowan joins a caravan moving deep into the desert. Days stretch endlessly. Heat blurs reality. Nights pour starlight like silver dust over the dunes. Instead of battles or discoveries, the desert offers slow silence, teaching Rowan patience, humility, and how small a single person is against centuries of wind. He begins to realize that history is not loud. It sleeps. The village that protects its shadows. At last he reaches a tiny desert village cradled between dunes, its mud brick homes glowing warm under the sun. Here the legend shifts. The villagers do not call the figure a pharaoh. They call him the keeper who rested. The oldest villager, whose beard looks almost like powdered sand, shares the truth. He was no king. He carried stories of people the world lost. Rowan understands this is bigger than a sleeping ruler. Someone preserved not power, but memory. An entrance half swallowed by time. Guided by villagers, Rowan finds a hidden stone doorway buried beneath layers of shifting sand. When he enters the tomb, he does not see gold or royal symbols. He sees scrolls, ink, tools of writing, and then a man, preserved so perfectly he seems merely asleep. His eyelids relaxed, his mouth calm, his hands placed as if still holding invisible stories. Rowan's breath freezes. Here lies the truth behind 500 years of rumors. A sanctuary for stories, not a palace for kings. Around the chamber, clay jars contain fragile scrolls, a collection of histories written by wandering scribes who chronicled the tragedies of forgotten people. Kingdoms erased, languages lost, cultures swallowed by war and empire. This man, mistaken for a pharaoh, was their last guardian. Rowan writes furiously. He is no longer searching for myth. He is documenting a mission. A man who preserved history by choosing to sleep inside it. Between discovery and duty. Leaving the tomb, Rowan feels heavier, not with fear, but responsibility. He holds secrets stronger than gold. If revealed carelessly, treasure hunters will destroy everything. If hidden forever, the historian's purpose may fade. He spends long days translating scroll fragments in the shade of palm trees. Nights are devoted to discussing memory with the village elders. The man preserved in the tomb becomes more human with each passing hour, not a ruler, but a witness. Rowan realizes he must walk a narrow path between protection and revelation. A sky full of answers. One night, the desert sky turns impossibly clear. Stars burn like ancient ink droplets on black parchment. Rowan feels the universe listening. In that silence, he understands. History is not meant to be owned. It is meant to be honored. He decides not to expose the tomb, but he will retell the truth. His notebook becomes the bridge between worlds, between forgotten scribes and modern readers. A final visit to the sleeper in stone. Before leaving, Rowan returns to the tomb. The preserved historian sleeps as before, expression peaceful, almost wise. Rowan places his hand on the cold stone beside him. "I will tell them gently," he whispers, "not your location, just your legacy." A carved symbol catches his eye. 2 hands, one holding a scroll and the other a flame. Wisdom and memory. Knowledge and hope. Rowan bows in respect. He understands now why the villagers protect this man as if he were royalty. A return to the world of noise. Back in Alexandria, the port's chaos feels different. Rowan is changed. He writes his manuscript slowly, respectfully. He avoids exaggeration, temptation, and sensationalism. History must be truth, not entertainment. When he returns to England, his master reads his work silently and smiles with misty eyes. "You have done what historians rarely do," he says. "You listened." The legacy that never wakes, yet never dies. Rowan publishes his story anonymously. He keeps the villagers safe, he keeps the tomb safe. But he lets the historian's message travel the world. A memory that sleeps is never lost. The myth of the sleepy pharaoh remains in popular culture, but those who read Rowan's account understand the truth beneath the legend. A preserved man, a forgotten archive, a dreamer who chose rest over erasure. History's softest lesson. The story ends not with revelation, but with reflection. The desert teaches slowness. The tomb teaches humility. The preserved historian teaches responsibility. And Rowan teaches us that the quietest stories, often labeled boring, carry the deepest wisdom.